Hello and welcome to Horse Sense, your go-to show for all the top horse racing action from all around the world. I'm Mandira Lalwani at the Sha Tin Racecourse in Hong Kong, which is home today to the Group 1 Champions Mile. Hints of Hong Kong's colonial past are seen everywhere, but nowhere as much as in its racing. What was started out by its British rulers has today become a force to reckon with. Hong Kong racing is considered one of the best in the world, and the sole credit to bringing it up to its current stature goes to the Hong Kong Jockey Club, the oldest institution in Hong Kong, established way back in 1884. Besides operating as a horse racing institution, the Hong Kong Jockey Club is also the largest community benefactor and operates as a not-profit organization. In 2014, the Hong Kong Jockey Club alone donated over $3.5 million Hong Kong dollars to over 165 charitable and community projects spanning arts and culture, emergency and poverty relief, environmental protection, medical and health, amongst others. The HKJC has set the bar in horse racing standard. The Hong Kong Jockey Club is a glittering jewel in the world of horse racing. It is absolutely perfection personified, and the way it is run is a case study to be emulated around the world. Well, all of it takes a lot of hard work, and we caught up with the CEO.
I have to admit, sometimes you hope for certain results because I think they fit into the script of creating drama. It was definitely wonderful that last week the Audemars Piguet QE2 Cup was won by Werther, which is a really upcoming star in Hong Kong. But we needed a balance, and if you have the best sprinter in the world, you hope that the best sprinter in the world wins for your result and for all the connections who bring their horse there. And then you have probably the best miler in Asia, maybe one of the best milers in the world, that he wins so convincingly. So and that shows Hong Kong is a wonderful level playing field. It's a world-class platform where we attract the best horse in the world. And the excitement from our fans, especially if you look at the sprint prize, when in a way they were very concerned because Chautauqua dropped out of the gates and said, oh, our favorite is not there, and then the drama when the horse comes. This is really a theater and a wonderful entertainment. I think normally perfection doesn't come from luck. So what we have, first of all, I think we have a very systematic planning, how we want to do things. And we have a fantastic team. If you look in a way, we have 5,600 full-time and 25,000 part-time employees. And if you run such an organization, I think you have to have good plans and you have to have good people. And I think the people in the club are passionate about what they do, they're passionate about the club. And this is why maybe behind the scene sometimes you see some peddling, but it's like a good theater, look opera. What happens behind the scene doesn't matter, the front has to be there. I think it is, first of all, if you look at, we were around 10 years ago, our turnover dropped to a level of 59 billion. So we then did a very systematic study. Why? Because there's still, in a way, a lot of people we know have a gaming propensity. But then, in a way, we created really after 1 year. We know there are 9 segments. We did a massive investment program in facilities and customer services. And that is, in a way, people trust us. That's the other issue. We are probably one of the most trusted organizations in Hong Kong. And in the combination with our charity, we are now the number 6 in the world in relation to charity donations. So last year we donated 3.9 billion Hong Kong dollars. So all these things come together. And Hong Kong racing reflects the Hong Kong society. It's fast, it's competitive. It is sometimes not forgiving, but if you lose, you look for the next thing and how you can improve. And that's why I think people love racing in Hong Kong.
How long have you been in Hong Kong and what makes it tick for you?
I think I came, astonishing enough, 18 years ago. And after 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I knew I would love Hong Kong. And what I think for me, it's I'm passionate about racing. I'm passionate about doing good things for the community. And I'm passionate working with people who have passion. Because as a CEO, everybody knows I can be very intense. Because I expect from everybody that we love and believe in what we are doing. And the reception I've got here in Hong Kong's integration for non-Chinese just after the handover or reunification was amazing. And I think Hong Kong is a global city. It is a really multicultural society with, I think, a tremendous flair, and this is why I love Hong Kong.
I totally agree with you. Now, as far as the race courses are concerned, there are 2. There's Sha Tin and there's Happy Valley. What sets them apart from each other, and which is your favorite?
I think in a way we deliberately create completely two different experiences. Sha Tin is a world class, the best horse in the world competing here. Massive, up to crowds of 85,000. And the birthplace, and I think the development hub for racing, is Happy Valley. Because Happy Valley, if you look at the vibrancy you have with the entertainment between races, it's a city race course surrounded by skyscrapers. I love Wednesday nights, happy Wednesdays in Happy Valley. But when it comes then to race meetings like this, so that's a yin and yang, and this is a good thing. It's not stereo, it's not only mono, it's stereo in its best way.
It absolutely is. Now, this has been a crazy week, action-packed, so much, adrenaline. How are you going to wind down and are you going to take some time off?
I'm not a wind-down guy. And if you see, even in this week, I had one trip to China. I planned probably a 12-hour trip, likely on Tuesday, to London, because I'm in a board meeting. So for me, I think I definitely tonight, I will have a very good red wine and enjoy the races and look at it again. This is, for me, I have a pretty quick recovery time. So normally, one night is enough.
Okay, one last question. Hong Kong Jockey Club is right up there as far as racing is concerned. What next? What's your vision for it?
I think in a way we have massive plans. If you look at now, we built a training center in China, in Guangdong, where we in a way will complete it in second quarter, third quarter 2018. That enables us to expand our horse population. That enables us to bring stallions into Hong Kong, and that will enable us to create breeding value. Not necessarily only for us, because I think Hong Kong is difficult to breed, but we think that gives us another level of international competitiveness and attractiveness. So, see you at least in 2018, I hope sooner.
The Champions Mile is a Group 1 race which has 14 million Hong Kong dollars on offer, so naturally it has attracted a top field of 12 horses. One of those is Maurice from Japan, who has won 6 races on the trot. The barrier draw is as important a factor as any in a race, especially one as big as the Champions Mile.
You all know the procedure by now. Without further ado, let's start the Champions Mile 2016 barrier draw. May we now invite Mr. Winfried Engelbrecht Prescott, our club CEO, to come on stage and draw the first horse representative, please. Number 6. Drawn gate 11. Giant Treasure, gate 9. One of the two trained by Tony Cruz. He is one of the 2 beauty horses in the race. He's drawn gate 10. Clacking Pins, trained by Ricky Yu, will be ridden by Gerald Mosse. He's drawn gate 1. Secret Weapon, a horse who drawn gate 8. Casper Fowles with 2 in the race this year, doing the honours here. Gate 12. And of course is Maurice. Winner here in December of the mile race then, and hasn't run since. Gate 6 for Maurice. Contentment, number 2. He's drawn gate 2. Number 9, Rewarding Hero. Gate 7.
Even with 12 top milers in the field, it wasn't hard to pick out one who stood head and shoulders above the rest of the field, and that was Maurice. The Japanese superstar was crowned Japan's Horse of the Year in 2015 and had won 6 races on the trot, which included a win in December's Longines Hong Kong Mile. He was back this time to seal his position as one of the world's top milers.
He's as good as gold, as Ozzy says. He's a horse that every jockey dreamed to ride one day. I had a gallop on him this morning. He gave me a feel that he's a real champion. He didn't just won the race for lucky. He won that race in December because he's a really good horse. So I'm hoping that he can produce the same kind of performance. On doing that, I think he's going to be hard to beat. He travels fantastic. As I said, the feel that he gave me this morning on the track court is amazing. It feels like he's like at home, and all that we can do just hope for the luck on the weekend, then we can probably be cheering after the race. The gate is pretty good to me. He came from a much wider draw on the International Day in December, and he was able to get a position and finish it off very strong. To beat 2 really good horses, actually one of the horses that he beats was my best horse so far, which was Able Friend. The draw is going to probably help him to get the place that we want to. And we just have to keep the finger crossed, hoping that he performs at his best.
While Maurice was the horse to beat here, there were two other horses from overseas who were potential dangers. Safety Check from the Godolphin stable and Bow Creek from Australia. Safety Check, Godolphin's top class, had taken the Al Fahidi Fort and the Zabil Mile in Dubai earlier this year, as well as in 2015. Bow Creek, trained by John O'Shea, has notched up Group 2 wins in Britain, Ireland and Australia, and was in Hong Kong to win his first Group 1 race. Time now for a quick break here on Horse Sense. When we return, we have a look at some of the other contenders for this race. Thank you for staying with us and staying here in Sha Tin. Let's have a look at some of the local contenders who are bound to give the foreigners a run for their money. The Champions Mile had the stage set for the battle between the local and foreign contenders. While a foreign horse had drawn first blood in the Champions Sprint Prize, it would be interesting to see which of the local contingent could put Maurice's 6-win trot to a halt. Of the 12, there were 3 international horses ready to square off with 9 of Hong Kong's best milers. The Tony Cruz trained Beauty Only won the Hong Kong Group 2 Chairman's Trophy last month here and looked ready to impress once again.
Especially Beauty Flame, he's got alley number 3, which is very good. He'll go to the front too. He's a fast horse. And Beauty Only is drawn 10, which is, I prefer him to be on the outside, but he's racing from behind. So, you know, in the past he's got caught in the trap on the inside. So he's got an outside draw. I think, you know, he's going to come wide, and I'm very happy about that draw, you know. Always, anywhere you go, it's always the home advantage. Plays the biggest role, really, and how your horse travels as well. But there's the Japanese horse Maurice. He's the one that won last year. I think he'll be the main opposition.
Caspar Fownes's 2 runners, Gunpit and Dundonald, were also ones to watch out for. Gunpit had run second in the 2000-meter Group 1 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 3 in Meydan earlier in March. In the Dubai World Cup, however, his form was far from perfect as he finished at the back of the field.
Well, he's well documented. He's the best dirt horse in Hong Kong, and obviously we've run out of races for him now because his rating's that high. So we've got to take him to the grass, and then hopefully he'll show us something. You know, he's a very good horse. His last run on grass was pleasing. You know, he carried the top weight and worked home well. So, you know, I'm not expecting much, but just hoping that he'll show us, you know, just the last 400 runs home, and shows us that there's something there to work with for the future.
Okay, let's talk about Dundonald. What are his chances, and, you know, as far as his draw is concerned, what is the strategy likely to be?
From the gate, he'll go back and relax and see him hit the line. And, you know, I think he will run well. You know, obviously it's a top-class race. But, you know, I've only had him for a few months. He's settling down nicely and looking well. So I'd be expecting him to show me something positive with a view to hopefully, you know, him progressing into being a Group 1 horse in December.
Giant Treasure, trained by Richard Gibson, won in January's Stewards Cup at the course and distance and was poised to put up a good performance here. Rewarding Hero, last year's Champion Mile runner-up, would be looking at clinching top honours this year. Contentment scored his first Group 1 breakthrough in the Queen Silver Jubilee Cup in February and was now looking at notching up his second Group 1 win. It's a top field, evenly matched on paper. Let's head across to the parade ring to see how the horses are faring on the big day. Leading the pack in the parade ring was Maurice, trained by Noriyuki Hori and ridden by Hong Kong champion jockey Joe Moreira. He was followed by the John Size trained Contentment, ridden by Brett Preble. Up next was the Richard Gibson trained Giant Treasure with Olivier Pellier on his back. Then came the 2 Tony Cruz contenders, Beauty Flame and Beauty Only, ridden by Matthew Chaddick and Neil Callan respectively. Bow Creek, trained by John O'Shea, was next with Zach Burton on board. The Caspar Fownes trained Gunpit came next, ridden by C.Y. Ho, who was followed by the Charlie Appleby-ridden Safety Check, partnered by James McDonald in the saddle. The John Moore trained Rewarding Hero was next, with Tommy Berry holding his reins. Casper Founds' Charge Dundonald followed, with Nash Rollier on his back. The CH Yip trained Secret Weapon came next, with T. Angland in the saddle. And rounding it up was the PFU trained Packing Pins, ridden by Gerald Moss. Well, the horses have left the parade ring to make their way to the starting gates. We'll slip into a quick break here. When we return, it's With the Race, so stay with us. Welcome back. 12 horses, 1 mile. They've all been loaded into the starting gates. Now time to see which horse is going to cross the winning post first. Time now for the Group 1 Champions Mile.
Our second feature, the Champions Mile. Morris, the favourite, drawn in barrier 6. All set. They're often racing in the Champions Mile, and Beauty Flame bounced away well, and he's going to take the initial lead. Rewarding Hero quickly moving into second position. Contentment got away well. He's into third from Packing Pins, and Morris in close attendance. Then a length away to Safety Check on the outside of Bow Creek. Gun Pit's got back to a third and fourth last, with Secret Weapon going ahead of him. Then Dundonald, Beauty Only and Giant Treasure has been snagged back to the tail end of the field. Beauty Flame takes it up for Chadwick. Strides by a length and a half to Rewarding Hero. Contentment's in a prime spot third, as is the favourite Morris fourth at the 1,000. Packing Pins running fifth. Then a length away to Safety Check. Secret Weapons 4 deep, followed then by Bow Creek down on the rail. Half away then to Gun Pit from Beauty Only, getting a track up 3 and 4 wide. And then a length away to Giant Treasure, and Dundonald sees nothing but backsides. Beauty Flame is the lamplighter. 650 metres to go in the Champions Mile. He's been left alone, Beauty Flame, from Rewarding Hero. Contentment sits quietly with Morris. Secret Weapon, followed by Packing Pins, and then Safety Check. Beauty Only, Bow Creek, Gun Pit. Giant Treasure will have to come from near last with Dundonald. They're in the stretch, and Beauty Flame in front. Rewarding Hero, Contentment. Now Morris strides up. Further back, Safety Check, Packing Pins. It's Beauty Flame still in front. Morris quickly gathering him up. Race to the lead. Contentment now coming through. Morris surged to the front of the Champions Mile. Broke clear from Contentment. Then Safety Check and Packing Pins. But this is brutal force. Morris is far too good in the Champions Mile. Wins at 2.5 to Contentment and Packing Pins. Then Beauty Only and Safety Check, followed by Gun Pit, and then Beauty Flame, Dundonald from Secret Weapon, Giant Treasure, Rewarding Hero weakened out, beat one home, Bow Creek. 7 in a row for the Japanese superstar, Morris.
Maurice lived up to his top billing as he blew off his rivals and notched up his 7th win on the trot, holding Contentment in second, 2 lengths behind, while Packing Pins took the third.
He's fantastic. He's unbelievable individual. He's a kind of horse that has got strength, has got length, has got engine, has got everything that a jockey, a trainer, and a horse racing people that are related to it dream to have. The way how he presents himself on the race today indicates that he's probably one of the best miler in the world. And I said to the trainer after the race, to me, he's not just a miler. He can step up to 2,000. It won't be a problem to him. I was blessed to be given a chance, and thanks God that we made it. I wasn't concerned because the horse gave me such a confidence. When I got behind others, he just switched off, relaxed for me, 12 at the same time, and I knew when I was going to pull him out, he was going to finish it off strong. Pace of the race wasn't very fast, but you know, when you have a good horse under you, that's not a matter as long as you're close enough, which I was.
Maurice is the son of screen hero out of Majiro Francis and has taken his earnings to over 21 million Hong Kong dollars till date.
Champions Mile and a gold-plated dish to Kazumi Yoshida, the winning owner of Maurice. trainer Noriyuki Hori. And of course, to the winning jockey, Joao Moreira.
And that's all we have for you in this episode of Horse Sense. Hope you enjoyed it. Until we see you next time, may the horse be with you. Goodbye.